Will Star Wars 9 flop? 8 huge problems at the box office even if fans don't boycott. Star Wars 9 won't just face a fan boycott following the Han Solo flop and Last Jedi backlash, it faces major problems at the box office next Christmas. Star Wars is facing the biggest disturbance in the Force in its 40-year history. The recent high-profile dramas the franchise is currently facing are likely to continue causing major problems, not only within the Star Wars fandom but also across the industry. Major studios are no longer unwilling to release around a Star Wars movie, in fact they are confidently unleashing their own big hitters with a clear belief they can hold their own. In fact, one major movie is out 2 days before Episode 9, with another 2 directly competing on the same day of release. This is unprecedented. Star Wars is no longer viewed as a movie killer to be feared. Many fans lay the blame at the feet of Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy and Last Jedi director Rian Johnson.Episode 8 divided fans to an extent not even Jedi powers could predict or, at this stage, possibly even repair.Solo. A Star Wars story was the first box office disaster in the franchise's history, not even crossing $400 million worldwide. Rebel fans claim their boycott is responsible, but numerous other factors like the movie's well-publicized dramas contributed. Unarguable damage has been done to public perception and industry confidence. Just look at the staggering number of major releases lined up in November and December next year. Friday, November 1st, Wonder Woman 1984. Friday, November 8th, James Bond 25. Friday, November 22nd, Terminator 6 Reboot. Wednesday, November 27th, Frozen 2. Friday, December 13th, Jumanji 3. Wednesday, December 18th, Masters of the Universe. Friday, December 20th, Star Wars Episode 9, Wicked, Death on the Nile. All the November releases are weeks away from Episode 9 but will have had 2 effects. They will have already taxed the wallets of families and young people, the target audience of Star Wars, especially with much of the older fanbase still likely to be disaffected. They will also have already enjoyed huge levels of hype. Daniel Craig's last film as Bond, Disney's sequel to the biggest animated movie of all time and the follow-up to the only DC movie, so far, to win over fan and critics will all be major fan, media, and industry events. Meaning Star Wars 9 will not enter the field with any empty space for anticipation to build. In fact, audience may be suffering from a little blockbuster fatigue. Jumanji 2 took over $1 billion and pleased families, kids, and adults across male and female demographics. Masters of the Universe could be a huge hit or flop, or even move in the schedules, but will target the same fan base as Star Wars. Death on the Nile will target older, affluent audiences while Rent will be aimed at the female cinemagoers, disaffected teens, counterculture, and theater fans, gay and otherwise. All these groups would likely go to see Star Wars if there was no other major option but will now chip away at its box office. In previous years the films and their studios would never dream of releasing on the same day or week. Of course Star Wars 9 will not be a flop, but it may not be anywhere near the resounding, record-breaking triumph everyone would have assumed just 6 months ago.